Welcome to this week's Bushel Up. Over the last 24 hours, we've had some nice rainfall across the area. We'll welcome the rain considering how dry we were, but I know that this definitely threw a wrench in some fall field work that was taking place. From what I was hearing in the countryside, anhydrous was just starting to work really well here over the weekend, and now we're on the shelf again. So I always remind everybody, don't rush back to the fields. Make sure you take your time. We don't want to go out there and compact things and tear things up. A lot of these issues that we create in the fall will be hard to get rid of them in the spring. So take your time. I know it's hard. There's a lot of work yet to be done. We had the early harvest, but we were too dry. Now we're too wet. Seems like we get all our rain in May and November now. So welcome to Nebraska, the Midwest, and you never know what you're going to get. As for what taking place at Owners Acres, pretty slow right now. We're really excited. We've been spending the last couple weeks, and we'll wrap up here in the next week or so. All our results, getting our results book put together. Make sure we get that in your hands here by the middle of December. Feel like it's always important to get timely information out to you before you start making decisions for the 25 crop year. As for what we saw, a lot of the same. The good solid practices definitely paid out this year, and we want to share those through our data book, as well as our winter Bushel Up meeting. So did want to make sure you get that on your calendar. We're shooting for December 12th. That'll be in Kearney at the Unis Center North. So make sure you get that on your calendar. We're going to expand the event a little bit this year. We're going to go through our results like we traditionally have, talk about what we're seeing in corn and soybean production, what worked, what we continue to recommend going forward, even in a tighter economy as we look to 25. But we're going to bring in some outside speakers too. Continue to get a lot of questions. There's a lot of confusion, a lot of entries into the biological world. Seems like a new product or a new ad pops up every day. A lot of these things aren't new, and so we want to talk about biologicals, biostimulants, those categories. Help break them down a little bit. Make sure you're understanding what you're doing when you enter into some of these solutions. That you make sure you have the right solution for your farm and you're doing the right thing. So we're going to have a speaker on that. We're going to bring in a speaker on sprayers. One of the biggest things I see, weed control, Palmer amaranth, big issue, continues to be a big fight. It's not going away. We know what Palmer is. We continue to get some restrictions placed on herbicides and just exactly what we can do. So it becomes really important that we get the job done right the first time, and that's your surfactant, your additive packages, it's your sprayer tips, it's your sprayer setup, it's your rinse out. As we go into 25, we can't afford to make a mistake. We can't have contamination issues or any of those things that would cause you problem. And so we realize a lot of you as growers do your own spraying, have your own sprayers. A lot of you have great sprayer operators that work for you. Maybe it's yourself. And we want to provide some education for you on that end. So not just agronomic, but also some technical and operational training on sprayers. We got a great session coming up. We've actually ran our people through it, and I thought that'd be a great idea to share with you, the grower, especially for those of you with your own sprayers. There's a lot that goes into getting effective weed control, and only part of that is your herbicide program. The other half is the execution of it and what you do surfactant wise and tip wise and all those things that go into that. So we're going to have that as part of a session too. So we'll get a few more details out. I'll go in depth a little more on those in upcoming weeks, but we want to make sure you get that on your calendar. With that, it's that time. We're getting a lot of good soil samples back, making those plans. I know a lot of guys have been kind of putting that off. Now we've had some rain. I know everybody's been trying to kind of calculate where they ended 2024 and all those things that take place. But when you're ready to start sitting down, making some good plans, get that seed on order, start getting that dry fertilizer plan put together, reach out to us and we'll be happy to sit down with you.